Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 53 of the Comic Room Pod. I am your host, Spro, and with me, as always, is Mr. Longbox. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. I feel like every time we get to a new week, it just feels kind of more and more surreal.
I know. 53 episodes. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of... I was talking to our friend David about it because we were just talking about like my journey the last couple of years, and he was like, yeah, you and well, he called you by your formal name, but he was like, you and Bob should be proud of your podcast, because he's like, you guys do it so consistently. You guys do it just all the time, and he's like, that's just not easy work.
No, I think if either one of us was doing it by himself, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
but there's an accountability.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, we got to do it, and I say got to do it. We love doing it.
Yeah,
but it's hard to be consistent on your own.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Together, absolutely, right?
Yeah, totally.
I tell my students, I get students, college freshmen, to come in, and a couple of them just on Saturday, I got to meet the freshmen this past week. They arrived on campus, and two of them came in my office and said, "Hey, each of us, they had both written a novel, and they wanted me to look at it." And they kept saying they were cute. Like, "Oh, we've got a lot. I know we know we have a lot to learn." But I said, let me just stop you right there. I just have to tell you, anybody who finishes a novel, I don't even care if the novel's terrible. And I'm not saying, I don't imagine that yours is terrible, but even if it was, that's commendable because of the grind it takes to push through and do it. Writing is lonely work. Like, there's nobody there to really, like, you're doing it by yourself, for the most part. For us doing, so anytime you can sit down and just be consistent over time, it is, I'm proud of it.
Yeah, for sure.
I would agree with David. I'm proud of it. It's kind of surreal though. It's like we're on the next milestone for us will be 100. I know it's a long ways off, but it's, I assume we'll get there.
Yeah. Sometimes I just don't think about that. Like, this stuff is like necessarily something to be like proud of. Not that I'm not proud of it, but I'm just like, oh, it's something that I do. It's something that I'm like, I work towards and for. Like, every week. And so I don't think much about like, it's an accomplishment to be like this consistent. But then when you have like somebody on the outside who's like, not everybody can just like sit down and do that. I'm like, thanks for the perspective shift. That's helpful.
And I do believe our wives appreciate that we save the comic talk until we're here.
Do we actually?
No, I was about to say for the most part, and honestly, we probably don't.
Well, it could be a lot worse.
Let's bring them in here and ask them, if that's really happening.
Yeah. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. 53 episodes.
Definitely.
Just feels crazy. Missed you guys last week, but I was in the great city of New York.
Yeah.
I went to my first Yankee game, which was incredible because it was just it was a special game to be at, man. The Yankees versus the Red Sox at home. They won. Carlos Rodon pitched. Luke Weaver came in and relieved him. And then why am I blanking on his name? The closer we got, Devin Williams, came in and relieved Luke Weaver. And this guy's new. He was a Giant, actually.
Oh. Camilo Doval. Did he actually get somebody out?
Bro, this dude throws gas.
Oh no, he's got great stuff. He's got great stuff. He can be erratic.
Yeah, no, he did well. When
he's on though, it's on top.
I mean, from
103 miles an hour stuff.
Yeah. I mean, so like we weren't sitting field level. We were sitting like right above field level, but not grandstand. So I don't know what the mezzanine, I think, is what it's called.
Yeah.
So, like a pretty nice
I saw
view of the field. And we were like between like third base and left field.
Mm-hmm.
So not quite at the foul pole, but pretty much like right in the middle. And when he came out to pitch, he closed the game. Dude, I mean, the ball just... I've never seen like that
Yeah,
fast.
he's one of the fastest throwers in the history of the game.
He's like it was so good. I was looking for rookie cards,
Well, yeah, and you can get him too because I mean he's
and that's when I found out he was a Giant.
yeah, a former Giant. We traded him just a couple, like maybe a month ago, when right at the trade deadline when the Giants kind of decided they were low key sellers, and they just
Did you
dumped a
sell him
few
to
sellers.
us or?
Yeah. We got some prospects, like
Yeah.
basically from you guys. But he's been getting booed at Yankee Stadium because he's blown a lot of saves. But you just got to stick with him because when he's on, he's terrific.
Well, I mean, Devin Williams. Watching that dude was special too because Devin Williams has the changeup of all changeups. Like that's pretty much like all he throws.
Yeah.
He throws in like I think a cutter just to mix things up. But they go almost the same speed pretty much, which is like weird.
Yeah.
But
So for those guys to go back to back is
yeah, so like when he came in, or when he first came into the team, he was getting booed like crazy because he sucked at the start of the season. So and it was like getting to the point where we would have leads and then they'd bring in Devin Williams and it was just like, oh gosh. And he was like one of the best closers, I think the best closer last season.
yeah. Well, I would hate. And here we are, episode 53. We're going to talk about sports, but it's so much fun. I would hate to be a young closer and have to have the job as a Yankees closer because you're never getting out of the Mariano Rivera shadow, like the greatest closer in the history of the game. Good luck.
Yeah, well, that's where the frustration came in because Luke Weaver was our closer last year during the World Series, and he was like the only dude who could perform for us in the World Series. Like, just the only dude who showed up. And so when Devin Williams came on, we're like, oh, gosh, we love Weaver. Like, what are we doing? And then Devin Williams started sucking at the beginning of the season. I was like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, and everybody turned on him. I can't talk. I'm still upset that the Yankees didn't show more fight against the Dodgers, specifically Freddie Freeman. But
yeah,
that's all talked out by now, I suppose. But
yeah.
Anyway.
And then Trent Grisham. Jazz Chisholm hit 2 home runs that night.
That's
Trent
fun.
Grisham hit 2 home runs.
Deb and I went to a restaurant to watch it because we knew you were there, and we knew the Yankees would be hungry because you guys had dropped 3 straight to the Sox
And
at
they
home.
lost 12-1 the night before.
Yeah,
I think.
brutal,
Yeah.
right? So that was nice. You got the one win, and that was like what happened with me and Melissa when we went to the Padre Giants game the week before.
Yeah.
We won game 1. And then they proceeded to lose the next 3.
So we just did it in
Yeah,
reverse.
and we had almost the same seats except we were on field level, and it was on the right side of the right between first base and the foul pole, right in that
cool.
area, and we got to see back-to-back homers to start the game, and then a 2-run homer also in the first inning. So we got all our runs in the first inning, and then barely held on. So it got close and interesting in the end. We won because of the Padres had a home run taken away. Xander Bogaerts hits a home run, and they take it away because it was fan interference. And,
So weird.
And in center field. And the worst part or best part of it, depends on your perspective, was that the fan that interfered was decked out in Giants gear, man. And we were in San Diego, I should add.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden the boos rained down, and Melissa and I felt very lonely.
Well, at least we got to watch our teams win.
Yeah, that's all that matters. I mean,
when you
it's
make
all that
treks
matters.
like that to go watch your team, you
got to get a win, man.
just like, please win.
Just for me.
That's what I'm here for.
I want to see you guys win the game.
I don't come here often. Just let me get one
Give
win.
me a dub.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah.
So yeah, and then I didn't actually go to any comic shops. We had intended to, but there's not too many in Manhattan, and we weren't like necessarily close to any of them, so we didn't really make it to one. The coolest thing we did is we did like a walking tour of Greenwich Village of Bob Dylan's.
That's so cool.
So I'll give you more of the details of that off camera, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Dare sent me a few pictures, but this guy was sending me photos of murals painted on buildings of Marvel Comics stuff, like Spider-Man and who else was it? Like, the Thing on Delancey Street. And you're the one who educated me because I'm like, that's kind of like Yancey Street. You're like, no, Delancey Street is Yancey Street.
Yeah, so we stayed in the Lower East Side Manhattan, which historically has been the not nicest area of Manhattan. And we stayed right on Bowers and I don't remember the cross street, but Bowers was like the most popular street that we were on, or right next to rather. And that is a very popular street in New York, and pretty much like the signifier that you're entering like the not safe area of New York, and that's like in the 70s and 80s with like the whole drug epidemic and heroin. Like that's where Lower East Side Manhattan is, like where all that stuff was. And so Delancey Street is like crosses Bowers somewhere.
Okay.
And so we were walking one night to, I think, to go get dinner or something, and we stumbled on Delancey Street, and I didn't realize, because we had walked past it a couple times because it was so close. And I was like, why is that so familiar?
Mm-hmm.
And then one night we just turned down this street and I see this thing mural on the wall. And it was like more, and this is, I'm telling you guys, Marvel Rivals' impact on culture. It was a mural of like one of his abilities in game. And the quotes that the guy had wrote on the mural for the thing is what the thing says in game.
Oh man, that's neat. Yeah.
And then once I saw that, and then I realized we're on Delancey Street, I was like, oh right. I was like, this is where Jack Kirby grew up. This is Jack Kirby grew up on Delancey Street, and Yancey Street is like a I don't know, amalgamation. Is that the right word?
I would love to go there with my copy of Fantastic Four 29, which is the first Watcher cover. And it's this beautiful cover with the Watcher behind the skyline, watching them as they're walking. And it's and there's that iconic lamppost that the thing half the time is swinging, but in this case it's just there. And it says, it started on Yancey Street. And it's probably my favorite. Well, no, it isn't. But it's in my top 5 favorite FF covers.
Yeah. That's a real good one.
And it would be fun to hold that.
Right under like
take
the Delancey Street.
Yeah, it would be really fun. I might have to do that. Incidentally, I can't remember what the forum was. We were talking about like what's your favorite Jack Kirby Fantastic Four cover. I can't remember where that came up, but and I've been thinking about it. And
that was when I was doing the giveaway.
Yeah, my favorite Fantastic Four. I've decided. I figured out what it is.
Nice.
And it's Fantastic Four 12. I just, that cover is so
it's cool.
And I mean, all due respect to FF49, I understand why everybody loves it, why it's the logo for the custom label and all that stuff.
Right.
But man, do I love that FF12, dude! It's so great.
FF12 is cool.
You know, the split screen basically with the whole FF and the thing in the front and the Hulk just waiting for him. Love it. But for that cover to work, it's got to have popping colors.
Yeah.
It's got the green on the Hulk needs to be the lime green that it is.
Yeah.
If it's faded, this cover does not work.
Yeah, totally.
The Hulk needs to look orange. And when they do, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's why, in case that ever comes up in a trivia, what's Mr. Longbox's favorite Kirby FF cover? It's FF12.
Nice. Yeah, that's a solid one. Lower East Side Manhattan's not what it used to be. There's just like a lot of bars down there now, and like a lot of like nightclubs. So when you're like walking,
did they have to come and peel you off the sidewalk at like 4 a.m? No, because things don't close there, right? New York, they don't close at 2 like they do. Listen to me like I'm up at 2 a.m. Trust me, I'm in bed by 11, so there's none of that. But
no, things are open late. I mean, the bodegas and the like convenience stores, if it's not a full on bodega, those are open like 24/7.
When you sent me the picture of the hotel that Bob Dylan first stayed at, when he was his first like breaking in New York, and then you said this hotel was referenced in the Joan Baez song Diamonds and Rust. That's one of my favorite songs, that Diamonds and Rust song, and I'm very familiar with it. And it was so cool because he quoted the song. He put the song like in, and I'm like, yeah, that's she says, I can see you leaning out or hanging out the window, whatever, of that crummy hotel room in Washington Square. Yeah,
that's it.
I didn't know for the longest time. I mean, until long after he had passed away, that my grandpa, my mom's side, went to Dartmouth and hung out in Washington Square. Like that's where he.
Oh wow!
I had no idea. Is it Dartmouth? Am I getting that wrong? What's the school?
That's Minnesota, right?
No. Dartmouth is Ivy League school, but is that the one by Washington Square? I'm having brain fog on it now.
NYU, Columbia,
not Dartmouth. Columbia. He went to Columbia U, And when I was in high school, Columbia was one of the schools I wanted to go to because it's very well known for its journalism. Columbia, Northwestern, but in the end, I really just applied to the California schools. I didn't really want to leave.
Party school, baby.
I landed at UCSB, so, which, by the way, recently was returned to the top spot as the number one party school in the country.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
I can't really. I don't know if that's something
They were
to brag
slacking
about
after
or
you
not,
left.
but
They started slacking after you left. I wonder if Bob Dylan collected comics, or if he just read them.
well,
Maybe
I think
not
he read
collected.
everything. I mean, he certainly knew pop culture. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think. Like, he certainly didn't like bubblegum. Like, he rips on bubblegum in a lot of his songs. Like, people who chew bubblegum.
really.
Yeah, so I wonder what he thought about comic books. You know? But the thing is, though, I'm putting it in the past tense. Probably could ask him.
Yeah. You know,
I feel like he should be 100 years old by now.
You know, Dara shared with me this TikTok of is this lady basically connecting the downfall of society to what's the word she used, to pretty much the like cultural looking down on of smoking, and like now smoking isn't as popular as it once was.
And that caused the downfall of society.
Yeah.
Well, at first you have to accept, has society fallen? Can we say there's a downfall in society? I don't know. It depends. But why that?
So like conversations like outside happen, smoking. There's camaraderie. Hey, can I bum a cig off you? Or
Sure.
Hey, you got a match, you got a lighter, like you know, whatever it is. And she gave like all these reasons, like all of these situations in like culture, specifically like the way that we interact with community, where cigarettes is like the focal point of that.
Yeah.
And it's like what would draw people together. And then like compared it to like now, like it's way more looked down on than it was in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just thinking of this because Bob Dylan, so many iconic pictures of him smoking. And now it's like a way totally different conversation about smoking. And now all those things, like, it just they don't happen.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, the water cooler, which,
Yeah.
the water cooler talk doesn't really exist anymore either. Really, a lot of people don't even go to the office.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's actually a good, interesting point.
Like going to the rooftop to have a smoke.
Yeah, or I mean, if you backtrack it, first it was like alcohol at work. Like people would
Right,
go
yeah.
on their lunch break. They used to. Now this is before my time, but
Yeah.
I grew up at least knowing the term the 2 martini lunch. Like you would go to lunch and have 2 martinis at lunch.
Yeah.
And then I guess go back to work. And like if you ever watch that show Mad Men, even if you just watch an episode or two, they're constantly, every office has a bar in it. Like each individual dude has his own little mini bar. And I remember asking somebody who was, that would have been around in that time, is that accurate? Like, did that really happen? Or is this just like, he's like, no, that's right.
Yeah.
And then of course that's no, you can't do that anymore. Like there's no way they're going to let that happen because, alcohol leads to all kinds of things that you're going to get your company sued for.
Right, totally.
Fraternizing, none of that stuff. So that's out. And then then it's smoking, and then, now it's, then when smoking was allowed in the office and people would go outside for the cigarette break, remember? Well, remember, I don't remember either, but in history, that's actually pretty interesting. I mean, it certainly,
It was more so like not the downfall of like culture and society, but the downfall of communal and community.
It's the loss of a social hub for sure. Putting aside whether or not it's good to smoke or not smoke. I don't know. I don't smoke. Bob Dylan did, and he's still around, so I don't know. But I'm not advocating it. But socially, I guess so.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just say, I'll see if Dara still has it. Her argument was so convincing. I almost became a smoker right then and there. Like I was like,
No.
I need to save society. Like I need to do my part.
You can pretend. You can have like the candy gum. Can you imagine they sold candy cigarettes to kids? That's nuts, man. When you think about it,
man, that reminds me of the scene in Community where there's there's a stressful situation going on, and Troy's like, oh, I can barely handle this, and then he pulls out like those old like cigarette holders, like the tin ones that look like a little wallet. And he opens it up and it's a cigarette, and then he puts it in his mouth and Annie's like looking at him weird, and she like pulls out a lighter, or Britta pulls out the lighter, and then he just starts eating it because it's like candy.
That's great.
It's
That's so
good.
funny. What a funny scene. Yeah.
All right, well, we're 20 minutes in, and I think we've talked about every single topic that you could have. I mean, the first 20 minutes is an episode in and of itself.
We did touch on comics, though. We did.
Comics, sports, music, pop culture, city,
Smoking and drinking.
everything. Welcome to the Comic Room Pod, episode 53. All right, show and tell.
Yeah.
A little bit of news, and then I don't know. We might just go back to doing that.
Yeah.
I gotta go first.
Do it.
This is
see
a
it.
book.
Yeah. Your book is. If it's what I think it is, you got to show.
So I've had 2 copies of this book, and this is a book that is always sought after. But earlier this year, it just got really, really hot for some reason, and it got so hot that I couldn't justify keeping it anymore. Like, that's how hot this book got. And this book is like always hot, but it got like crazy hot.
Yeah.
So I sold both of my copies. I was sad about it. But then one morning, I wake up, open up Instagram, and I see a post from Ollie Collectibles, and it was posted 36 minutes ago. And I was shocked that this book was not claimed yet. And this is Batman 227 white page copy. Okay.
Oof.
This book in a white page is essentially a unicorn. Mm-hmm. I saw a 9.4 the other day that was off white to white, I think it was. It's still not even white pages.
Yeah.
Like that high a grade, you still gotta have white. Like
Yeah. You see.
you still gotta have white pages. So, and this book presents.
Here, show
Incredible.
them the book, and then I'll look at it after.
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
see.
No, I mean I'm not gonna stand up there, but
Okay.
yeah, it is a gorgeous book. As you guys know, I've been on this white page kick, and
Wow.
they had this book priced like at fair market value. They had it priced a little bit higher than the last sale, but it was accurate with like the averages and stuff. And this is just, you don't come across this book in a white page. This is the first white page copy actually that I've ever seen.
That's incredible.
And
it's so beautiful. I can't believe it.
I was gonna be content getting like a 5.0 white page if I could, and I had a 6.5 before this. This is the highest grade I had before this. The fact that I got this for a 7 and I bought this for almost the same price that I sold my 6.5 for, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Look at the where it says DC Batman 15 cent, and then the comics code, and like even Robin, and just look how white it is. And then look at the back cover.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh. This thing never saw the light of day. This thing was sandwiched between a bunch of books and never even got any air. The air never got to this book.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe they were only asking.
I gotta believe the person who initially sent this in, while happy about the white pages, could not have been happy that it only got a 7. Because I'm looking at this book going,
Oh yeah, it's
how is this not an 8 or an 8.5?
It's only the top right.
Yeah.
That's like the only damage to it. The rest of the book is really, really
But
clean.
if this were on a black cover, if this were any other color cover, and it had that little bit up there, it would be an 8.5.
yeah,
Like I'm like I don't see really much of anything. 8.0, 8.5. But whatever, man. It's a gorgeous book.
yeah,
A 7.0 is a really high grade. People kind of look down on not say look down on, but we get snobbish about like the comment, like what grade is it? You know, is it a 7.0 is a high grade book. That's a VF book.
yeah. This book is 1970. That's the year my dad was born.
That is and it goes to show that we've all done it. We've all sold books that we either didn't want to sell, wish we didn't have to sell, or wish we didn't have such a compelling reason to sell, like would be your case. But it just goes to show you can always get it again
Yeah,
and a better copy. if you want.
That was my thought process when I sold the other one. I was like, this book is running so hot right now, and for some reason, specifically, like the 6.0 to like 7.0 were just like had huge influx in price. That my 6.5, I made a big percentage back on it. I mean, I bought that book raw, pressed it, cleaned it, got it graded, did the whole thing. So I got it at a better price than whatever the fair market value was for that book at the time that I bought it. But it was just like running so hot in that grade. I don't know if there was just like, if people were just like, oh, this grade is actually like really affordable right now. So they just started buying that or
Maybe.
what? But
yeah.
So I sold it and I knew that, I mean, this book is everywhere. Like it's not, you don't even have to ask for it in a claim sale because somebody's going to ask it for you.
That is true.
So yeah, I'm very happy I got this book back. Honestly, when I sold my copy, I was a bit sad, but I knew I had to do it. I really didn't think I was going to find this book in a white page for years.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah. Well, when a book comes to you in white pages, I know there's a good chance it's headed for your PC.
Yeah, especially this book.
Yeah.
Because this is my favorite Batman cover.
Yeah, that's a great
It's
a
in
great
423.
book. Yeah, you
got
got
31.
Yeah, you got to
I
get
like
31 to go like
yeah.
reprint. Get a reprint.
Yeah, I'll get the cover. Can I buy the cover?
I don't even think you could. Or maybe we could go halvesies on a cover.
CBR. Right?
That's incredible. Great book, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love it. All right. My show and tell is a little bit of a. I'll do a little explaining. Well, I'll show it first. My show and tell is Zap Comics number 0. I brought another book too by way of explanation, but second printing, 4.0. Not necessarily an expensive book. Cool back cover.
Didn't you just do this one?
No, I don't think I ever did Zap Comics. I don't think so. If I have, no, I never did.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I'm getting crazy deja vu right now.
because you looked at it in my PC like, oh, you should bring this one.
Oh, that might be why I have
Yeah.
deja vu. Yeah.
Zap Comics. I found this one at a local comic book shop in Santa Barbara, and just it wasn't that much money. It was like maybe. I can't remember now, $35. I mean, it was something ridiculous for being in a slab. It was crazy. 19. There's no date. There's a story behind that too. But this is late 60s. Robert Crumb. But this is the one you all probably recognize, and this
It says 1968 on the book.
Okay, thank you. This is Zap Comics number 1. This is the more expensive one. Although this is a third printing, and it's still more expensive. And you probably all recognize this one. Interesting back cover. Just the funny story about this is, first off, Zap Comics is credited with, and you can debate, I suppose, but it's credited with really kind of jump-starting the independent comic book industry, the whole independent comics movement. And Zap Comics 1, if you own Zap Comics 1 at first print, a 9.6 fair market value in that book is only 133 graded, is $11,500. In a 9.2, it's over $5,000. This is a very hard to come by book. There are only maybe 3,500 copies published at all, and just by a small little band of publishers and
Is that a reprint or?
yeah, this is the third print.
Oh, third print.
So third print, this book is maybe $60-$70. It's not that much, but it's worth more than issue 0 because it came out before issue 0, and it's an interesting story behind it. This Zap Comics 0 is what's contained in this book is Robert Crumb's initial vision for the first Zap Comics. This is what he wanted to roll this out as the first one. And he gave it to the guy who was supposed to publish it. And the dude left the country with the artwork like in his briefcase and was just gone. And that was the only, that was the only copy that there was no other copy of it, apparently.
Wow.
And so rather than redraw it and the whole thing, Robert Crumb said, I just couldn't get a hold of him. I'll just do my own. Like I'll just do a whole bunch of news stories. And so he does the stuff that's in here and publishes this first. Zap Comics 1. So this one is the first published kind of father of the independent comic book movement issues. Then they publish issue 2. And then between issue 2 and issue 3, he finds the Xerox copies of the original pages.
Wow.
And so then he recolors them, or has his colorist recolor them. And then they publish this one as issue 0 between issues 2 and 3.
Oh, wow.
So it's just an interesting story, you know. This
indie
is
comics, man.
yeah, it's cool, right? This is supposed to be the first stuff, and I've never read it because I bought it slabbed. I'm kind of tempted to break it out, but I don't think I will. The truth is, you guys, these are a little bit on the like you wouldn't give this to your kids.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not like I opened this one and started looking through it after I'd bought it because it's historic. So I picked it up, you know, and I saw it at an antique store. And then as I flipped through it, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't think I want to look at this anymore. Like it's not that terrible, but to me, like I have a pretty high bar about like that, you know, and so I just sort of, so I can't really like in good conscience say, like I'll bring it to my classes and I'll show it to my students like this because it's in like it's in the textbook that we use and it's ranked as like the second most influential comic book. I don't agree with that, but it is for what it meant.
Of all time?
Yeah, that's what they have it as number 2 behind, or no, it's in the top 10. It's like number 8 or 9 maybe. Am I wrong about that? But whatever, it's in the top 10.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's like number 8 or 9. Sorry, I've been confusing that with something else. You know what I was confusing it with? When Rolling Stone did a top 100 albums the last 25 years when I was a freshman in college, and number 1 was Sgt. Pepper's by the Beatles, and number 2 was Nevermind the Bollocks by the Sex Pistols. And I'm like, what? Really? I don't think so. You know, but you know, so I sort of for the same reason, you know, same reasons. But in any event, so I wouldn't recommend like go out and read it or anything necessarily, but it's historic. If you're a comic collector, this is comic book history, for sure. So I may get this one slabbed and I'll probably leave it at that. I don't think I'll collect more of them, but they're kind of cool. They're really very cool. Like they have psychedelic covers, and you definitely notice them when you see them.
So why does it say no date on the slab, but it says 1968 right there on the book?
You know, that's a great question for CGC because it feels like a failure on their part, right?
It seems weird.
How can you say no date? It says right on the book, 19. Well, you know what? I think that was penciled in. I think somebody wrote that.
Oh, really?
I think. Look.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Yeah. But still, why would they? I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting, right?
So
it's very much counterculture. So I'm not endorsing it, but I thought it was interesting. An interesting thing to bring in because it's a part of comic history that of course we know in the 80s that's when the indie comics really took off. You know, when you started seeing TMNT and Cerebus and Gobbledygook and all that stuff. Comico and weird stuff like that.
1968, it says on Key Collector.
Yeah, so somebody was being lazy at CGC that day. Come on, just look it up, right? You can't. What do you mean no date? You can try harder, you know.
Oh man, cool.
So you know, take it for what it's worth, but it's just an interesting corner of the comic book world.
Yeah,
for sure. I wouldn't drop a ton of money on any of this myself. If it wasn't cheap, I wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah.
But for the history of it, I'm like, well, for $35, that's pretty cool.
Why not?
It's a cool find. It's cool to find I won't say found it in the wild, but I kind of did.
Especially, I mean, for a slab, I mean, you're paying for just the slab price in and of itself. So.
And this one is not the first print either. This one is the second printing of this one. So yeah, first prints are very, very hard to find of these books. At least the first 3 or 4 issues.
Yeah. Huh.
Interesting.
All right. A little bit of news here. I don't think this was released the last time we recorded. Excuse me. I just woke up from a nap right before we started recording. Ba, ba, ba. They released a couple pieces of footage for Superman stuff, like behind the scenes, that are pretty interesting. The one they released, David Corenswet's audition tape, and it is very different than the movie.
Really?
Like he does like the lowest scene, and he in that scene in the audition tape is probably way more aligned with Christopher Reeves. Like more of that like meek, calm, cool, collected Superman. And then in the movie, we know like he kind of like has like this outburst of anger in defense of himself. But yeah, in the audition tape, he was like almost, there was like a little bit of smugness that he had, like where the person who was reading Lois's lines, like she kind of like picks up on it. And I don't think this was in the movie. I think it was maybe a little bit, or like different. They like had changed the lines, but pretty much was just like, why are you not taking this serious? And then he's like, well, this isn't like a serious thing. Like, you know who I like, you know that I'm Clark and you know that I'm Superman. So this is also like an unfair interview, like for you, like in the same way that she was accusing him of like, well, it's not fair. You get to interview Superman. He was also like throwing it back at her. And so,
interesting.
It's like a 3-minute audition tape. There's a couple different scenes. He's just, I like that version a lot better. So a lot of people, both on IG comments and Twitter responses that I was seeing was this seems to be a direction problem. Like he was poorly directed in the movie because a lot of people were preferring his audition tape. And then right after that, or right before that, rather, I think they had released a behind the scenes footage, which I'm surprised they released this footage. You've probably seen it. It was the scene where my least favorite scene in the whole movie, where Superman is like yelling at Lex Luthor, and he's like, I wake up every day and I put one foot in front of the other, and I'm human just like you.
And you hurt my feelings.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's them filming that scene, and David Corenswet walks off set, off to the side room where James Gunn is watching on the monitor with some of the rest of the crew. He walks over there and he tells James Gunn, he's like, I feel like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of like, I feel like I'm just telling them how I feel. And so they have this back and forth about like expression of feeling and like telling of feeling. And they go back and forth a little bit. And James Gunn is giving his reason, why he wrote it that way and yada, yada, yada. And just kind of in the middle of James Gunn giving a defense for why it should be this way, David Corenswet just turns around and just walks back to set. Like, there was no actual closure to the conversation because it was right in the middle of James Gunn talking. And Corenswet just clearly turns around and is like, okay. Like if this is...
Like he's like, okay, I get it. Or he's like, okay, I'm done arguing. I'll just do it the way you want.
Yeah, it kind of just seemed like a conceding thing. I mean, what are you going to do? Like he's the writer and director. Yeah. He's the boss. Like,
he said what he's going to say, and now the director is...
Yeah, you have a job to capture that vision. You're not the writer or the director.
Right.
So those were two really interesting pieces of media about Superman that were released in the last couple of weeks. And it's actually starting to change the narrative on the movie, I've noticed.
Really?
It is, yeah.
As in, people are saying they like it or they don't?
People are saying, I like the movie, but like with the audition tape, they were like, I like that more. And then with the back and forth between Gunn and Corenswet, they're
siding with Corenswet.
I understand what Corenswet is saying.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Yeah, and it's like, that's exactly...
Because I felt the same way you did when we were watching the movie.
Totally.
I didn't like that scene. That scene felt cringy to me.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad saying that because I don't want to be like this, like rain on everybody's parade guy, but I just like, I'm telling it like it is. That's how I felt, man.
James Gunn has he's been 4 for 4 at bat with superhero movies. The 3 Guardians and Suicide Squad were all great rewatchable movies with engaging story and emotional depth in all of those movies. And then for whatever reason, this one is just like
didn't hit those notes.
it's like he stood in the batter's box, but then like turned around in the batter's box, and his back was like facing the plate. Like I don't know, it's just weird. Like, but
yeah, that was very revealing. That I didn't see the audition tape, but I did see that discussion between James Gunn and David Cornsweet, and I was like, yeah, I completely agree with David Cornsweet. Like what he's saying is exactly how I felt when I watched the scene.
right.
And I don't know what James Gunn was saying in that argument. It didn't make any sense. Like he whatever he was arguing, he didn't really he was intoning as if he was making a point.
but
I didn't feel like he made a point.
Yeah.
And I don't think David Cornsweet felt that way
I
either.
think that's why he just turned around and was like, okay.
Like, okay, all right.
Yeah. And then the movie, I don't think it's technically out of theaters yet, but I mean, the box office numbers are pretty much like where it's going to be at. I think it finished at about 606 million, which, well, you would think so.
Yeah.
Because that is a lot of money. But that's actually one of the lowest performing DC movies in the box office.
Wow.
Compared to both Wonder Woman movies, Justice League, Man of Steel, the Batman.
Even the Wonder Woman movies?
Both Joker movies. Both Joker movies, yep.
Both Joker movies?
Mm-hmm.
Even that train wreck of a that I shall not name it.
Yeah.
I blotted it from my memory.
It underperformed Man of Steel. Batman vs Superman underperformed all of it.
But yeah, people have enjoyed it or said they have. I mean, that's been the vibe. For me, in the comic book world, I feel like people are more behind that movie than the Fantastic Four movie.
But you know what?
Which I don't agree with at all. But
I can't sell a Superman comic, but I can't keep Fantastic Four books on the shelf.
You know, that says a lot, doesn't it?
It does.
It
does. Yeah. So,
interesting.
Then Peacemaker season 2 started a couple weeks ago, and Superman very family friendly. Peacemaker is not so very family friendly. And so now people are getting a little frustrated at this because James Gunn and the Peacemaker people were basically like, yeah, like Peacemaker season 2 picks up like right where Superman leaves off. So it's like a great continuation point. And
not for the same crowd though.
Not for the same, like kids should not. There's apparently a couple very, very raunchy scenes. And so there's
well, then you can't say that.
Yeah, so there's some very frustrated people online, like people who had never, who did not know about Peacemaker season 1 3 years ago when it came out. But then they hear them saying like, oh yeah, Peacemaker season 2 picks up right where Superman lifts off. And they're like, oh, okay, let's watch it. And it's like,
get the whole family together.
Yeah, and that's
Cover
not
your
a show.
eyes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So there's some like real frustration of like, how are you going to kick your universe off like this? Like
that could be so disconnected.
Tone wise, yeah, like an audience wise. So I don't think that's necessarily gonna like, I don't know. I think it's just created like a conversation of maybe we need to be a little bit more discerning about the way that we're connecting all these movies and pitching the like. Yeah. Because if you're gonna have a movie like Superman that a 1-year-old can watch, like, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, with dogs and
yeah,
it's very What's the most risque thing, like an extended kiss between Clark Kent and Lois Lane? With the orchestra playing as they rise up in the air. Right. It's all very. It almost feels like something from a 1940s movie. Right. It has that feel to it.
So that's some dialogue, but I say all that because James Gunn has officially announced the Superman saga. The next project will hopefully go into production soon via The Hollywood Reporter.
So the sequel to it, huh? Or whatever.
Yeah.
What about Fantastic Four? What is that? That finished up at about $500 million?
I don't know. I
think it performed better internationally than Superman did, but worse domestically.
494 million. That's just about what.
And that's total everything, or just
Oh, that's what Google AI is telling me. Yeah, 494 million worldwide. So, and I think Superman was 606. So,
yeah.
yeah.
And both underperformed
Jurassic World was the winner.
which I mean, there's under no circumstances would I have said that. There's no way. I was certain that would be the last, but pays to go first. Pays to go first. There's only so many dollars, so many free nights.
Yeah. So, let's say, for all intents and purposes, DC kicks off with Superman, very well received. Even if someone didn't go see it in the theaters and they're waiting to go see it, like went on streaming or whatever. As a studio, you might be thinking like, okay, it sounds like people are receiving it well. That's great, because we haven't had that with these like universe scale movies. So we'll go on with the next one. Fine. Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts combined, right, as like this new start, because Thunderbolts was like the first movie,
Yep.
like post MCU restructure.
Post Captain America.
Yeah, and so those two were both really well received, but underperformed. So as a studio, you might be thinking, hey, they're not dogging on us anymore, because like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the Marvels, Captain America: Brave New World, like we got dogged on for all three of those. So
Yeah.
Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four were getting praised for it, even though it might not show in the box office. So maybe think, okay, next, hopefully it's better. But then you're thinking, okay, so they're both in the same spot of their movies aren't getting dunked on and they're getting well received and they're not performing. So hopefully you can bank on the next one that the word of mouth helps and gets more people in the theaters. Well, the next DC movie, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, the next MCU movie is Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, which movie do we think is going to win?
We know. We already know.
That's going to be $1 billion movie.
Yeah, that's a guarantee hit movie. Spider-Man. It would have been cooler if it was Brave New World and the sequel to the Batman. Now that would have been a blockbuster head to head.
Yeah. So, and then what comes after Spider-Man Brand New Day is Avengers Doomsday. So they have word of mouth going into two massive movies, and DC is going into Supergirl, and I don't know what is technically on the roster after that.
We don't, because the Batman 2 is 2027 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What about Swamp Thing? Isn't that supposed to be coming out?
I think they're selling like script stuff. Yeah.
Then I really don't know. What about Booster Gold? I thought that was going to happen. Whatever happened with
I think
that?
it's going to be like a TV thing. But
Okay.
anyways, since talking about Brand New Day, Punisher reportedly has the largest role in Spider-Man Brand New Day of the other heroes involved besides Spider-Man himself.
So I've been hearing like he's getting a massive amount of screen time. Like it's almost a movie. He's co-starring basically with Spidey. So yeah, that's going to be great, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I mean, there's a reason ASM 129 is the hottest book in the world right now. Yeah. It's always hot, but it's entered into the blazing hot arena all over again.
Yeah, it is. This one's pretty cool. Jackie Chan has revealed that his action team is in charge of action guidance for Spider-Man Brand New Day. He also recently visited the set.
Really?
Jackie Chan, let's go, baby.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Here's some spec for you guys. If you guys want to, if you haven't spec'd in a while on a comic and you're thinking I want to spend some money, here you go. This is a rumor. Marvel Studios reportedly has plans to adapt the Avengers, X-Men, and Eternals event Judgment Day in a future project. So if you guys remember a few years ago, AXE, Judgment Day. They did that little mini series.
Right.
They rumors it's in the pipeline. It's probably far down in the pipeline.
Right.
But
so what's the book then?
AXE Judgment Day.
Okay.
Avengers, X-Men, Eternals.
Yeah, don't be afraid of the Eternals.
Yeah, I thought the movie was great, but that's just me. Last thing here is it's called Destination D23. It's like Disney's yearly summer like what's ahead thing, and then there was a MCU segment, and apparently some footage from Doomsday was being shown.
What was it? Do you know? Oh,
Nope, that's it. So we got the Russo brothers were there. I don't know if they were there in video or they're in person, but they said this is the biggest movie that they've ever worked on. That things are coming along nicely, and yeah. Oh, there was some rumor from a couple weeks ago actually. I didn't save it, but I just remembered it. There is apparently some beef that happened on the Doomsday set that two prominent, notable actors were really getting into it, and they had to spend like a couple $1 million in like rescheduling so that these actors wouldn't be on set at the same time. And so everyone's trying to figure out who it is.
Well, it could be. There's so many actors that are going to be in Doomsday. How could you ever know?
So the one that took this was from like a leaker, not an anonymous leaker. This is somebody who's got like a YouTube channel. I can't remember the name. So apologies for not remembering because I didn't save it. But yeah, he's got a YouTube channel. He's got a Twitter page. Like he puts his reputation on the line when he leaks stuff from his sources. So definitely a little bit more reliable than your anonymous leakers. But when he came out and released news on his podcast, he was like, yeah, I'm not saying names, but two big actors going head to head. And then, the internet's just going to run with that. Like even like big name, like news outlets were running with it.
Yeah.
And what the internet had kind of settled on was RDJ and Ryan Reynolds in some beef, because Ryan Reynolds had recently posted that he posted like the Avengers logo and like the Anarchy A above the Avengers logo, so indicating that he was filming. And I think there was rumors that he was on set filming stuff too, and people were just putting stories together like, well, Ryan Reynolds has been in it recently because he's been in some lawsuits with his wife's that movie and some stuff there. And Ryan Reynolds is just kind of a yapper. He can just kind of just run with his jokes, and some people love it, some people hate it. But people were like, oh, he might have made some jokes about like, he might have been like riffing as Deadpool and like making some RDJ jokes about like RDJ's past with substance abuse. But then the guy came out like quickly after this had been like made popular, and he was like, neither of these guys were wearing it.
Oh, okay.
He was like, just want to be clear. He's like, and also I never said whose name. So, but he's like, I'm at least gonna confirm it was neither of these guys. But
Okay.
people were running with it because there's from Deadpool 1, TJ Miller, is that his name? He's the bartender with the glasses. He came out with a story that Ryan Reynolds didn't like him, and so he said they'd filmed a scene at the bar, and Ryan Reynolds was like, oh, let's get one more take. Let me just completely riff. And so he said, they were like, all right. And so they took another take, and then Ryan Reynolds just started like, what's the word? Like improving jokes, but making them like really personal about TJ Miller.
Oh.
And so
he gets under people's skin.
So that's when people were like, well, he did this before. Like maybe he did the same thing.
Yeah.
But as all, or at least that leaker
not confirmed.
Said, yeah, the leaker said it
Denied,
wasn't them.
In fact. Okay.
So then there's some other people there's just like a whole lot of speculation. Just some of the older actors. And then even bringing in some of those actors and their political beliefs with some of the other actors and their political beliefs, thinking maybe it could be a political thing.
I hope not, man. Come on.
Yeah, that'd be
leave that stuff at home.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, who knows? But interesting nonetheless. They got to spend millions in reshoots and shuffling things around.
Well, that means they're important enough.
Yeah.
Names, big enough names that they would do that. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not extras.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Update on my Fantastic Four 1 quest. I'm starting to form a strategy now. I've got like well, wait, before I start though, do we have more news?
No, we're done.
Oh, okay. I'm around $5,400 thanks to the last claim sale, and some saving. But the thing is, until I get that book, all other purchases are on hold. I'm not spending any money on any book until I get that book. I mean, that's what I announced I wanted to do, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, like, I've been watching, acclaim sales, and I've seen some really great deals and some great books, and I have the money, but I'm not. There's no way I'm rating that fund.
Yeah.
That fund is so. I'm just sitting on my hands watching acclaim sales in case an FF1 shows up.
Yeah.
You never know, and a few people, thank you. You know who you are. Have sent me like links to FF1s that are for sale. Hey, maybe this one's he's asking 65. Maybe you can offer this, and but I'm being very picky about the book I want.
Yeah,
because you and I have talked about it. Like, I got to get the book I want. Like, it's
Yeah.
got to look. I can't look at it and go, oh, I wish I just waited and didn't get the one with the crease right across the middle, or I wish I hadn't gotten the one with the Marvel chipping, but it was the only one available. No, man, I need to get the one. I don't think the book's going to double in price in the next 6 months. Like, I'll get the one I want. Like, the movie came out. If anything, it's going to be cooling off, I would think.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think I can afford to wait. And the longer I wait, the more money I'll have to, assuming I'm able to continue to save, then the more money I'll have to buy a copy.
Yeah.
So I saw one in Heritage go for, it was a 2.5, and it went for Heritage, $5K is all. But if Heritage of 5K is not really a 5K.
Yeah.
5K is plus 20% buyer's premium, so now you're at 6,000.
Is it really 20%?
Well, it was for this book. Buyers decide what it's going to be. Yeah. So it's 5,000 was
Wait, buyers or sellers?
buyers pay the premium.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah,
Who
sellers choose what the premium is going to be. So it's not consistent. So for a $5,000 book, the premium was $1,000. So your sticker price is $5,000, but you're at $6,000, and then you're paying taxes on that. So we got to figure what 8 to 10% sales tax on that. So now you're up at 60, 65, 6,700 anyway. So it's not really the deal you think it is.
Yeah.
So that's why I always question when someone says, "Well, last sale for this book was only 5,000. Look, it was on Heritage." I go, "But that wasn't really the number.
Yeah.
The number was 67. 5 was not the outdoor number." So
Yeah.
I'm curious, like Go Collect or GPA, do they, when they use a Heritage as a last sale, do they include the buyer's premium? Because they really should.
I'm not too sure, but I would imagine no.
Well, they should. That's a huge number.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you didn't buy it for 5. You bought it for 65.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're a seller, if you're a buyer, you want to quote that low price.
Right.
If you're
Yeah.
interesting. But
Yeah.
just that's something to keep in mind. But anyway, that's the plan for now.
All right.
I am. I have kind of been poking around because I have, like I said, almost 5,400. So that's in the realm of making an offer.
So
something.
in October, I might be in Texas for a convention. What if when I'm out there, I see a book, I see an FF1 in the grade?
I don't know. I really want to be the guy that buys it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go and.
Well, then I'm there on Saturday, and I'm like, hey, this dude has this book. You need to catch a flight here. Be here tomorrow.
Well, I was just saying I have miles to burn.
Yeah.
That I probably could do that for. That would be actually a pretty cool adventure, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If you said, "Hey, don't sell it. I got a guy. He's coming. He's bringing cash. He's interested."
Yeah. Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be great. I mean, I'm open to it. Like
I kind of hope it happens now.
That would be actually really cool.
If I'm there and I'm like, hey, you need to get here. You need to take a red eye and get here. Stat.
Or I mean, Dallas isn't. It's not that far to drive. I could get there and.
No,
I'm not driving.
it's 18 hours.
I'm not driving. That'd be a horrible drive. Yeah. Anybody watching this ever driven through Texas? Now, no shade on Texas. I'm just saying you have no concept of how big a state can be until you got to drive through it. It's incredible. Like I just drove through the Panhandle once, and I thought I was never going to get through it because it was just flat. There was nothing. I've seen the same thing forever.
I'm seeing how long the drive is.
It looks small on a map because you're like comparing it to the rest of Texas, which is really wide. But the Panhandle is a lot wider than you think it is. On that flat interstate, I think it was the 10. It was the 10. You just,
the Dallas Fort Worth airport. Yeah, it's a 21-hour drive. Yeah, no.
Was it the 10 or the 40? Might have been the 40. Had to be the
Yeah, you got to drive through Arizona, New Mexico, and then Texas is like 3/4 of the way. Or sorry, Dallas is like 3/4 of the way through Texas.
So that's like it's 3/4 of the way through Texas. If you're on the East Coast, that would constitute like 13 states.
Yeah,
the entire original 13 colonies.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe more. Yeah, never mind.
Flights weren't that expensive to Texas.
Well, yeah,
when you fly to LAX, at least.
That would be a great adventure. So sure, of course. If you, yeah.
And what a story.
That would be a great story.
Man, I'm going to be hunting for FF1s because, I mean, those dudes down south, I mean, I see them on IG. They have crazy books.
Yeah, they do. That'd be nuts.
Dang, I feel like it's going to happen now.
No, I mean,
I'm manifesting it.
You might be like, it's very unlikely that I'll buy it online before LA Comic-Con, mainly because I don't have the money yet. That's a big deal. Or else, and I don't want to buy like a 0.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a 1.0. I'd really want to try to get a 2 if I can.
What's FMV on a 2?
Between 65 and right about 65, 67,
yeah,
right in there. 2.5 is like 8, but I've seen 2.5s go for less. So I think a 2.5 could be had even.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I've sent you a couple crazy FF5s.
I know
There's been some crazy.
I know.
Ones.
I've gotten a few of them from you, from others, and my answer has always been FF1 first, baby.
Dude,
FF1 first.
Some of those FF5 prices though.
I know.
It's almost like worth it to just pull the trigger and then, I mean, you saw how fast you could do it. And then replenish the fund because FF5, that book.
That one's going to go. I know it's going to go because of Doomsday. It's tempting, but I'm going to get FF1. I want, that's the one I really, really want. I do want 5 too, though. I'm going to get 5 too.
Crazy.
It's fun. These are fun problems to have, though. It's really fun. It's been really fun to start to like realize it's come into the realm of possibility now.
Yeah.
So, but 4 weeks. That's another month of savings,
which is like
three. Like in other words, if I go another month and I don't spend any money on comic books, that's probably call it $300. $300 that I kind of budget for that. Although sometimes I go over that, but I don't think I can say I can't use the fact that I go over budget as a reason to like that wouldn't really be right. So call it 3. So I can add another 300 that way. But I think I really do think I need to move another $1,000 in books. I think that would put me in just ideal spot. That'd be really hard to go to LA Comic-Con and not get anything.
Oh yeah, I guess that's kind of what you're.
I mean, if I don't find it.
Yeah. What do you do then?
I know, right? Don't say FF5 either. I know you're thinking it. I mean, maybe I'll hold back a couple $100 so I could get a little something else if I look at that. I mean, I'm going to the con. I want to come back with something. Yeah,
maybe your September budget, it can either be put into FF1 or it can be put into LA Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's fair. Because then, I mean, I might, if I can't find an FF1, I mean, I'll get a really nice copy of, first Shang-Chi or something. Because I can't believe how cheap that book is, or the first Iron Fist. It's silly. If I already have the first Iron Fist, so there's no point to get that one. But some of these bronze books, it doesn't make those two don't make sense to me.
I know I had a sale today, and you were like, you couldn't believe what I was asking on my Marvel Premiere.
It was $175, and you had a $25 credit. So I'm like, and it was free shipping. Like, so wait, and it was in a 7.5 slabbed. I'm like, so wait, was it slabbed or raw?
Slabbed.
Yeah. So wait a minute. So somebody can have this book in a 7.5 for 150 shipped.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that that's FMV. Well, FMV is, I mean, they're not wrong, I guess, but I mean, if I can just throw a sleeper out, that's not even a sleeper. That's just what are y'all doing? Like, I wanted to buy it. I was like you the time before with the Iron Fist 14. I'm like, if no one else gets this, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Like, how can that be? How can it be that cheap?
Right. Yeah.
Stock up. Like, you guys don't remember how much it was just a couple years ago?
Yeah. I know, it's
You don't think it's
crazy.
going to come back? It will. It's Iron Fist, you guys. That's what
know.
I'm talking about. Forget about if you didn't like the show or whatever. It's still Iron Fist.
Yeah. Right.
Major character.
Yeah.
And Shang-Chi, same thing.
I know. I couldn't believe it. I did think that book was going to come back in NATO. Came back at 7.5. So a little bummed, but.
I actually saw, before I came over here tonight, on a claim sale, somebody offering, you won't believe it, an 8.5 Avengers 8
Oh, gosh.
for $13.50.
Wow.
Can you believe that? 8.5.
That's insane.
That's getting into the super high grade, as in this early 60s book doesn't show any major flaws at all. For $13.50.
Wow. Was it White Pages?
No, it wasn't White Pages.
Okay.
I might have. There was a Spider-Man 4 in White Pager. I thought of you.
Oh.
Didn't sell, so I can tell you who was selling it.
Yeah.
And then if you're interested, you can contact him. But anyway, that's another sleeper to me. Like the trick in all this stuff is to buy when no one else is buying and to sell when everybody is buying, right? Because everything that went down with Majors, Jonathan Majors, that book is ice cold right now.
It really is.
It's about as ice cold, but it's not going to stay ice cold because it's Kang.
Yeah.
He's a massive, major villain in the Marvel world.
Yeah.
And it's also a top 10 Avengers. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
That book has got that was another one where I'm like, I should just buy it, but I'm like, no, I can't. FF1. But an 8.5 is getting into the
Like the Green Goblin mask talking to you.
It was
Spider-Man
definitely. But you need it. In Willem Dafoe's voice. Come on, long box. you're everybody who supported you in the claim sale. They'll understand. I definitely had that voice in my head. But there's some of these. But meanwhile, other Bronze Age books are flying off the shelves. Like, I mean, Hulk 181 always, right?
Yeah.
But Giant Size X-Men 1 is really hot right now. Obviously, ASM 129 is red hot right now. But ones that aren't hot, Tomb of Dracula 10, not right now, is not hot.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe the industry reacts too severely to what's going on in the movies. I really do think it's fun when it's working in your favor and it stinks when it's not. But if you're a smart collector and you're interested in collecting like investment grade books for investment purposes, you got to be picking up high grade copies of Avengers 8 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking to invest, like you're willing to, like, I'm going to buy 5 of these in a 9.0. I mean, I just that's because how much was that book for 3, 4, 5 years ago?
Oh man, I bought my 5.0 for 1,000.
And it was a good deal when you bought it.
$950 or $900, yeah. And it was like, that was a year off of its peak. I think its peak was like 1,500 or 1,800.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, 900, it's a good price. And it cut in half again. It's now worth like 450.
Yeah. Well, like,
and I'm like, this makes 0 sense. Like Kang, like Doom is the supervillain of the Marvel universe, and like the guy. Kang is the villain for the Avengers. So like Doom is overall like Marvel villain, but really tied in with FF. Green Goblin or Venom to Spider-Man. Kingpin to Daredevil. Who else? Magneto to X-Men. Yeah. And like that's who Kang is to the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's brutal. Like, there's no reason why that book should be so closely tied to the movies, because it means too much to the lore.
Yeah.
Like it just,
well,
it doesn't make any sense.
Another book that Bronze Age book that's now coming back up is Werewolf 32.
Yeah.
In high grade, at least, in the 8.5 and above, you're starting to see that book 9.0, 9.2 start to tick over $2,000 in those grades, which is several $100s higher than it was a year ago.
Yeah.
Because people, people had their certain opinions about the TV show, and then we heard it wasn't getting renewed. Although Jonathan Isaac is going to reprise the role.
Oscar Isaac.
I mean, what did I say?
Jonathan Isaac.
Oh,
Jonathan
that's
Majors.
basketball player.
Oh.
I'm thinking of the guy from Orlando, the center.
Oh. I
Yeah.
thought you were just mixing Jonathan Majors.
Yeah,
and
no,
Oscar
that would have been a better reason, but that wasn't it. But yeah, but
Why are you randomly thinking about the Orlando Magic?
I don't know. I have no idea where that comes from. That's the thing, man. My brain is weird. But yeah, we know that. So but anyway, what I was going to say, the book got depressed because the TV show wasn't everything everybody wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But it's Moon Knight though. Like Moon Knight's a really cool character.
I got to say something about Moon Knight. And when I look at collections, if I buy a collection, if I don't buy a collection, whatever, I can tell you I'm pretty much always going to find your main Marvel titles. ASM, FF, Hulk, guaranteed those three. X-Men 2, and yeah. Every collection I look at, something tied to that. I do not see a Werewolf by Night. Not just 32, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't see it that often. So now I'm thinking, this book might just be a good buy. If you can get it for FMV, anywhere around FMV, I don't think you're making a bad purchase.
No.
Because that's a book that I wish came across my desk more. But if it was coming across my desk more, then I wouldn't wish it.
Right.
But
that's funny. Yeah. I would. What's the grade you would want? Because I just sold a 5.0 and I was happy to sell a 5.0.
Yeah.
I want to get back into that book eventually, but I think I want to be 8.5 would be the lowest grade I'd want to get in.
Ooh, that gets expensive.
I know, but if you're talking about what makes this book valuable, there's a lot of copies out there, but not a lot of high grade copies.
Yeah, I have a 7.0.
That's good. That works.
Yeah, I just want a white page copy. Careful.
Oh shoot! Did I move the screen? Sorry, you guys.
All right.
Oh yeah, there's yours right there.
Oh yeah. I have a 7.0, and so I mean I would be happy with a 7.0 white pager. I think I'd be happier with a 7.5, but I think 8.0 is where you get the big the first jump in price. So
yeah, but that's one of my.
Pull it back towards you. I think we overcorrected. I just gotta turn that camera.
All right. There we go.
Nope. Overcorrected the other way. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, there we go. That's good.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm talking about books that aren't on my radar right now, but just for the sake of anybody watching this podcast and listening to it, that is the Werewolf by Night title in general. Yeah, they're not that lot. You don't come across. Well, you would know. You see collections a lot more than But I never see it in comic shops either.
Yeah.
When's the last time you? I don't think I ever have gone into a comic shop and seen a Werewolf 32.
Yeah, no.
I actually never have. In my whole, I know because I looked and looked, except the ones that I bought.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, after a lot of searching. But no, that's it.
Yeah, even back then. I mean, you told me that you had to search far and wide for your copy.
I identified back then. The Moon Knight was brand new. They just got its own title, and Werewolf by Night 32 was like a $35 book. But it was a ghost. It didn't matter what the price was. You couldn't find it anyway.
Yeah.
I looked everywhere for it. But eventually I found it. I can't remember where, but it wasn't at a convention. It was at a comic shop somewhere. I had 2 copies. Now they're both gone. But I'll get those back eventually. I won't get those back, but you got this one back.
Yeah.
When the time is right. I haven't really. I would love to get a lot of the Bronze Age bangers. I really would, because I love the look of them. I'd love to have a Hulk 180, a Hulk 181. I'd love to have a nice, clean Werewolf 32, Marvel Spotlight 5,
Giant size
X-Men 1, absolutely. Tomb of Dracula 10 doesn't float my boat. I don't really care about Blade, so so it goes. But I like Tomb of Dracula 1. I'd love to get a really nice copy of that. I wouldn't be mad at a TOD 10, but it's just not my.
Yeah, sure.
But acknowledging that it's a bronze grail. I actually think X-Men 130 is a good buy right now.
It's a little hot right now.
Is it?
Yeah, because Taylor Swift got engaged. Yeah, I don't know. And that Taylor Swift got engaged and that whole Dazzler 4 thing. I still don't understand.
Dazzler 3?
Yeah, I still don't understand what that was about, but yeah.
It's like it was a sarcastic meme that got, I don't know. It's a fine book, man. Someone paid $125 for it in 9.8. Seems fine to me.
No, I paid $109.8 for mine.
Yeah, there you go.
I like the book. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm a Doom guy, so I was like,
yeah, it's a good book.
What are you supposed to pay $50 for that? Like,
I don't know.
And then what's the difference between paying $75 and $100? Like, I don't understand the meme. I don't know. 125 doesn't seem like a bad.
Tell us in the comments what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, if you get that book for $15 and 9.8, fantastic. That's an early '80s book for $50 and a 9.8. The cost of slab.
Yeah, that's great.
Or just a little bit more than the cost of slab. So I don't know. Anyways, I don't understand. I didn't see like the origins of that meme, so I'm just like, I don't know, it's weird. But then, yeah, her and Travis Kelce got engaged, and yeah, the book is bumping up again.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying originally, there's no way that the first appearance of Iron Fist in a high grade should be going for less than $200. Like, that's silly. That's unbelievably silly. People pay more for a 9.8 brand new variant that will be worth 25% of that in about 6 months.
Right. Yeah.
Without even blinking.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not taking my own. Well, I know why I'm not, because I'm saving for FF1. If I wasn't, I feel like I just would be stockpiling.
You probably would have bought mine tonight.
I would have bought yours.
Yeah.
I absolutely would have bought it. I 100% would have bought it. I was like, this is insane. That's actually insane.
Yeah.
That one and Shang-Chi, pretty much, in my opinion, at those prices, I would buy it in any grade.
Yeah.
I would just be in the habit of, it's for sale, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
FMV too. Just going to buy it because there's no way this isn't the bottom for that book.
Yeah.
If it gets any lower, it's cheaper than things that don't have anywhere close to the same weight to it. Like it can't really get any less.
Yeah.
And it's not even that much more expensive in the higher grades.
Yeah.
$500 you get a 9.2. That's what?
Yeah.
A 9.4.
Yeah.
Anyway, I sound like I'm whining about it. I'm not. I'm excited that it's so cheap.
Yeah.
For the opportunity that it represents, because I just think Iron Fist is a cool character, man. I don't know enough about Shang-Chi to know, but I want that one too.
Yeah, I also want that one. The collection I bought recently, he had a first Shang-Chi, but basically how I found this collection was this guy was individually posting books to Facebook Marketplace. And he was posting a lot of stuff, and I was like, some of these books are like crazy good price. But if he's listing them individually, I was like, I don't know. He might be like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not going to message him about it. And like 24, 30, 48 hours later, he posts one big Facebook Marketplace post. All the books.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh. So then that's when I messaged him. And I had seen him post the first Shang-Chi. But then by the time him and I had gotten together to meet, he had sold that book. And I was like, dang, man, I would have loved to have that.
I wish that one was in that collection that you bought a few months back, because it would have been just crisp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
Gosh.
Yeah. I don't remember if the one that I got graded was from that collection. I don't think that was the one. I think the one that is still ungraded is the one that's from that collection. For Marvel Premiere 15.
What do you think about Daredevil 131, First Bullseye? What's your thoughts on that book?
I need a copy. Check this out. So I had 3 copies at one point. I had intended to keep one for myself. I accidentally sold it.
Wait, what? No.
And it was the highest grade one. And that was the one I wanted to keep for myself. Because what I was going to do was I was gonna swap in my lower grade copy raw that I had, and then keep the higher grade, and then sell the lower one. I grabbed the wrong book, and I sold it.
So then you went ahead and sold the other one.
Yeah,
Oh man, what was the grade that you had?
I think I had a 7.5. Pretty good grade.
Yeah, I have an 8.0 copy of that one, and I thought maybe that could be a book that I would sell to help me get that extra grand toward FF1.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I want to sell it. I hate selling first appearances, but that's where the money's at.
You can get that book cheap, like, and higher grade.
That's what I'm saying. It's also very inexpensive for.
Yeah.
Would you? But I wouldn't put that at the same level as Marvel Premiere 15 because it's not. Bullseye is not the character that Iron Fist is. I don't think. But
Not in comics, but in TV, he might be more. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, that's right. Depends on how he gets treated.
Yeah. Plus, I think when they bring Iron Fist back, I don't think they're gonna bring back Danny Rand. I think they're gonna do Lin Lee. So, I think they're gonna pivot. Just
And that won't have a negative impact on.
no, you'll still get a bump in Marvel Premiere 15, I think, but you'll also get a bump. You also get not even a bump. The people learning about the first Lin Lee.
And what is the first Lin Lee?
Um,
Because it's got to be dirt cheap.
I think
If Marvel Premiere 15 is that cheap, it better be like $20, dude. If it's more than that, then already the ratios are out of
I
whack.
think I have a 9.8 copy. I have to make sure. Yeah. Agents of Atlas. Yeah, I have a 9.8 of this book. Agents of Atlas is the first appearance of a lot of Asian characters. So first appearance of Arrow, first appearance of Wave, a female Filipino superhero. First appearance of Swordmaster, who I believe that's Lin Lee.
What does the cover look like?
New Agents of Atlas.
Because I have a new Agents of Atlas book, but that's not that one.
Yeah. So, and this is the first appearance of Luna Snow. And Luna Snow is a wildly popular
Rivals
Rivals
character?
Yeah.
Player.
So Swordmaster, this is Lin Lee. That's him right there.
Oh yeah.
I have a couple of those, like issue 1 and 2 of his run. But yeah, so I think he'll be
How much is that book?
oh, the Agents of Atlas one?
Yeah.
20. I got the 9.8 for $50.
Wow. See, that's a good book.
I actually bought that from Silver Age Comics. He had like 10 of them. I
Oh,
should have
wow.
bought multiple,
Yeah.
but at the time I only bought it because of Luna Snow, and this was like 2.5 years ago, maybe 3.
Silver Age. That's Gus, right?
Yeah, but I wish I would have bought more. Oh, look at this! I have this book. First cameo appearance of Lin Lee as Iron Fist, Timeless, with King on the cover.
Oh, do I have that one?
Maybe a couple years ago. I don't know if you guys can see that, but a couple years ago they started the Timeless. Pretty interesting story too.
Yeah, let's go. That book's down in the dumps because it's everything with Kang is.
Yeah.
So
The Timeless story is pretty cool. I don't know if you've read it.
I have the one I got that one with Miss Minutes on the cover.
Oh yeah, same story. Yeah.
So it's the same one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good book just because it has a lot of new age characters that I think will resonate with a lot of younger audiences, especially with just with how massive anime is. And like, I mean, that Swordmaster series is like, the style is very like manga-esque.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, anime is just huge for just the younger generation, younger than me.
Yeah.
And so I think if you want a spec, I think that's a pretty good spec book. First Luna Snow, I mean, she is, when we're at LA Comic Con, all you're gonna see is Luna Snow cosplay. Like,
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
yeah, just because Marvel Rivals, she's like she's the best healer in the game, and she's the most annoying healer in the game because yeah, she makes her team invincible for 12 seconds.
Oh God, why really?
Yep, essentially invincible.
Wow.
You can kill her. You have to be like
Coordinated.
and like you can't miss, and you have to kill her with like another ultimate ability. You can't just like shoot her. Like you can kill her with a Magneto ult, but the Magneto ult has to be perfectly timed, and you got to hit her square on the forehead, pretty much. And then you can kill her with I think the Iron Man ult against her is like the easiest way to kill her in her ult. But you got to have an Iron Man player in your team. So it's like if you don't have an Iron Man player, doesn't matter. Yeah. So she's a very loved character.
I think
I think she has the highest pick rate in the game by like a massive margin.
Wow.
Yeah.
It should be Sue Storm. She's the one who can do the whole shield. She should be able to make people invincible for 12 seconds.
She is 8 seconds, I think. And I would say the healing's just not as like it'll save you. Like you won't die if you're inside, but she's much easier to kill in her ult than Luna is to kill in her ult.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I also think Strange Academy obviously is going to be big. I think Young Avengers will come back.
Young Avengers?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And I sold mine, and I hope I can get it back before it hits again, because I will probably regret that.
I just got to say, before you continue this, sorry, you can get a near mint copy for $40 right now. That is what I sold one, and not the sale that I had today, but the last one. Mm-hmm. I accepted an offer for $30. It was a near mint 9.2 plus. Like, press it and it's a candidate. Took a $30 offer, and then my buddy from Texas bought it. So he was actually in town this week, so he picked it up. After he left, I was like, did he just rob me? Like, I gotta double check this price. And I double checked this price because he told me, he's like, yeah, I'm just picking this book up raw whenever I see it. So then he was like, this is like my 4th raw copy. So then I look it up again on eBay, and it's just a string of $40 sales, like near mint.
We should get on that.
I still have 2 copies, 9.8.
And the one that I think will disappoint in the long run is Something is Killing the Children.
Oh, interesting.
Not because it's not a great story, because it is. I just don't know how in the world they're going to put that on the screen.
Oh, have you read it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have not.
Their children are getting ripped apart.
Something is Killing the Children.
Yeah. I mean, how's that going to play on TV or in a movie theater? It's not. Like, I don't know how you do it unless you never show anything, but that doesn't really work.
Yeah.
It's not. I just don't think violence, like the Hunger Games had it.
Yeah.
Children dying in the arena and all that. But it was mostly clinical how the children died, and they didn't show, there weren't that many of them, and they didn't,
sure.
and it was done. But this is monsters ripping them in half, and like,
wow, it's
horrible. Like, it's on a comic, in the comic book, it works. It's a read, but it's very gory.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how, even if you don't show the gore, which they can't, just the tension that the way the comic, that's what's so good about the book. It's really scary, How does that work when it's kids? Like, nobody really wants to see that.
Yeah.
It's really a sensitive thing.
Yeah.
So I just don't know how I don't know that a studio really want to go near it, given the nature of our culture. And
I thought it already got.
Yeah, it did. But
optioned or whatever.
It did, but optioned, but now you got to go and actually.
That's true.
I think when you start trying to find a producer that's going to say, yeah, we'll put up $100 million to produce this. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think I don't know that's ever going to make it to the screen, and I don't know that it should, man. Honestly, that's my thought on that one. And I'm not, and I like the story. I mean, it's dark, but it's good. It's really well done.
Huh.
But I just don't know if it's made for consumption on that level.
Yeah, maybe. Oh no, that would be even worse. Actually, I was gonna say maybe a video game, but video games are
too personal, too immersive. Yeah. So I don't know. So that's my thought on that. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on, I have the trades, so I've read them, but I wouldn't spend the $500 on a first print.
Huh. Interesting. This is weird to say, but after you explain it, I kind of want to read it, but not because kids are dying.
Yeah, I can. Well, good. Let me lend you the trade, because then I'll feel better about having kept 2 of your trades for a year.
Oh yeah, what's the other one you have?
I've got
Batman.
All Star Superman,
Oh right.
which I'm done with. I just need to give it back to you. I don't know why I haven't.
Wait, I have All Star Superman, right? Oh, I think that was for a giveaway though. I think I intended to give that book away and then I didn't.
Okay, well I have it. Right? I didn't buy it, right? It's not mine.
I don't know.
I might have bought it. Maybe I did. I bought.
No, let's say you didn't. That's my copy.
Yeah, $10.
No, just send me a picture. Of what it is.
Yeah, it's the same size as the.
Oh, then it is that one. I think that is my copy.
Yeah, okay,
Because
that
I
makes
think
sense.
that copy I bought to give away,
Okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
and I just never did.
So I have your All Star Superman, and I have your Court of Owls.
Yeah.
But I finished, and I gave back to Dara the Alice in Borderland.
Oh, cool.
So she had lent me like 5 of them.
Yeah.
And then she walked into her office, came out and handed me 2 more. I said, no. Let me please get Joshua's books back to him before you give me more, because they keep publishing more of these
Yeah.
and they're great. They're really good. But anyway, I can lend you. I'd be happy to lend you the Something Is Killing Children. I have the first 2 trades, so you can read like the first 12 issues if you
Yeah.
want.
All right. Yeah.
Then I'll feel better. You can keep them as long as you want.
CGC announced a big signing. Books are due by September 26th, so that's the weekend of LA Comic Con. Check this out: Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, Kristen Ritter,
Whoa!
and like a string of other big MCU. So I'm thinking about getting another Elizabeth Olsen auto. I think what CGC is doing is I think they're doing a New York Comic Con.
So they're there.
Yeah, because they're all those people are going to be at New York Comic Con.
So Kristen Ritter would be cool to sign like the Alias as the first appearance of Jessica Jones, or one of those David Mack Jessica Jones.
I have both. I have the first Jessica Jones issue 1 and 2, when David Mack came back and did it, and I have Alias. What I was gonna do was get David Mack to sign it at LA Comic Con and send it in for Kristen Ritter's signature, the Alias one, but it's the same weekend. Like you have to have the books.
Oh yeah, I know you can't.
So I couldn't do it. Yeah.
Man, you know what I found out just yesterday, because I saw it on eBay, was I didn't realize that David Mack did like not just the first. He did a bunch of covers for Something Is Killing the Children. Speaking of that, and he did.
Oh yeah, I have those.
Yeah, I have the first 5 issues, but I didn't realize he did like the first 15.
Oh wow!
And they're gorgeous covers. They were really beautiful covers.
I have maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, I've got the first 5, and he signed them. It would be not. I mean, I know he's going to be at LA Comic Con. It might. I've got other books of his that he could sign, but it would be really fun to pick up a few more and get his signature on those, because they're just beautiful. Like they really are. Like he's so creative in his use of colors and shapes, and I think it would be fun. But like that, I'll do no matter what. No matter what happens with Fantastic Four 1, I will get some cool signatures at LA Comic Con.
Yeah,
because we're not New York. We don't have a lot of the big name writers and artists that come out, unless it's San Diego Comic Con. But what we do have is the actors.
Yeah.
But David Mack is a West Coast guy, so he's at all those cons.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably bring some stuff for David Mack. I don't know who else is going to be there. Probably need to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do any of the celebrity stuff because I did the Giancarlo Esposito once, and it was a long line, and I wasted
you lose a lot.
And I was there the whole weekend too, so it was fine because I was there Friday to Sunday. It was the first big con I'd ever gone to, and Darren and I got a Airbnb, really nice Airbnb. It was a ton of fun. So it was all right to do 2 hours in line for Giancarlo Esposito, but I don't think I could do it if we're going we are going one day. No, one day setting out, I couldn't do it.
No, I'll just go. Who's going to be at Artist Alley is one of the guys who one of our professors.
Oh really?
Yeah, he teaches an art class for me.
Oh cool.
And I was just cruising through looking to see who the artists were. And he popped up. I'm like, wait,
Wow.
but he's an artist, so he's going to be an artist alley. So yeah, LA Comic Con gave him a table
Nice.
for 3 days to be there, because he's
Do you know who? What other notable artists are going to be there?
Nobody that I like right now, as of right now, that I could name.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't as many as I was hoping, but still time. Like they maybe don't commit quite so early, but usually there are artists there that are in the artist alley area, so they don't necessarily show up in the pre-con stuff that they put out. That stuff is the stuff where you like the Kristen Ritter stuff, like Kristen Ritter, but she's not an artist, but yeah, she'll be there.
The maps.
Yeah, like Ron Lim's going to be there. I think Joel Quesada's going to be there.
Ron Lim, I got some of those cards
and some Silver Surfer
cards,
stuff.
Yeah,
yeah. He usually Marv Wolfman is there, writer, but
right.
for the LA stuff, and his wife.
Daredevil 131.
Actually, that's true, but it might slabbed. So
yeah, getting us on the case, the back of the case. That's kind of cool.
We talked about that. Why isn't that a thing yet? Like it hasn't.
I actually saw a book on one of the IG consignment pages that was,
Interesting.
It signed on the case. I don't remember who it was, but yeah.
Okay, one last thing I have to say, because I already mentioned this to you, but I thought it was really cool. I saw at a comic auction site an announcement that they're going to be auctioning a book in October. It's a Fantastic Four issue #1. It's graded. It's graded at 2.5. And on the slab, it says Jack Kirby written in ink on the splash page. Exactly what my FF3 said before I cracked it and then sent it back in for authentication.
So is this a green label FF1? Or
no.
Oh, it's blue?
It's blue.
Wow.
And, I don't even know what the starting price is going to be or anything like that, but they can't sell it as a Kirby signature.
Yeah, they can't. But
they can do whatever they want.
It can bid for that.
But yeah, it can be bid for that. But that'd be pretty risky to bid for a signature that turns out not to be a signature.
Yeah.
But I might be someone who could bid on that book.
Gambling man.
Well, I mean, if I got it, I'm not sure I would crack it and have it authenticated. I'm not sure I would.
It's expensive.
It'd be so expensive to do.
The cheaper way. Oh no, PSA doesn't do it. Grading those high level books, those high ticket books, it's cheaper to do through PSA because they don't charge a percentage.
Man, I think, I don't know, but it'd be pretty amazing to have FF1 and FF3 with a splash page signed by Kirby.
That'd be cool.
But then I was joking. I was saying, but then I would have to get my FF2 signed by, which is silly. But anyway, just another one of those things that's floating around out there.
Okay, I last thing here. I got a question.
Okay.
So I have my 8.0 old label, old CGC label, ASM 129, uncleaned, unpressed. I think it's a candidate. Do I crack it and submit it to CGC, or do I crack it and submit it to PSA?
Oh.
Let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll end on that note.
Yeah, I don't have an answer. I got to think about that.
Yeah.
It would be kind of an adventure, though. Speaking of adventure, to send it to PSA.
Yeah. It'd be cheaper, and I could drive down there and drop it off.
And those cases are sweet.
Yeah. Let me know in the comments what you think. Appreciate you guys so much for watching and for listening. Mm-hmm. We'll be back next week. Hope you have a happy Labor Day.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be Labor Day when you're watching this.
Yeah.
If you're watching it the day it drops.
Yeah. Happy Labor Day.
Yeah.
I'll probably be doing a sale this week, either Wednesday or Thursday. I did a sale today, but it was pretty slow. Labor Day weekend. I think people are just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll try again next week. All new books. Nothing that's ever been seen before in a Spro claim sale.
And you can definitely do that.
100%.
You got plenty.
I'll bring some bronze ASM. I'll bring some bronze FF. Yeah.
Nice.
Good time. So I don't know if Mr. Longbox will be there because he's back in the swing of things.
Yeah,
but
school starts for me, but maybe I can.
Yeah, we'll talk and figure it out. But yeah, so maybe this week, Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Share it with a friend who you might think will enjoy this.
Right on. Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.